Good morning, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the Sean Atwood channel. This is Rqdaily. Buenos dias. I just need to quickly go over to my channel and mod somebody, so just bear with me a second before I forget to do it. Today, we're jumping into, and I'm going to be honest, right? I'd rather just be honest with you. But there's so much in all this case, and there's just so many work hours each day that I am really behind with the Ali Carter stuff. She's someone that's very prevalent in this case. I know the gist of it, if you will. But we're going to start diving into this. This might be a little bit like the gist of it. Oh, we all know this, Ron, to begin with. But that's just the way it goes sometimes, right? Oh, don't put her in timeout. Modder. Standard mod. There we go. Sweet. Done. All right. Anyone else needs modded over there? Let me know, Kaza. And nice to see everybody. Hope everyone's having a great day. I have been working on some content for you guys, and I started working on when I make videos. Right, this is the boring stuff you've got to put up with in the morning for the algorithm. When I make videos, I like to start off with like a trailer. And then within that trailer will usually be the overlays and the atmospheric stuff for the full edit, if that makes sense. Oh no, she's not being interviewed. Listen, we would love to interview Ali, but she, for good reason, doesn't trust a lot of people. So, but this to me is our journey for Ron, really, to get up to date with everything. And anyone who wants to join the Discord, I've got an Ali Carter room set up now where if you guys want to post things that you want me to review and go through and all the rest. No, still, listen, Nova is still in the oven. Thank you for asking. She's still in the oven. Literally, we're talking between the 19th and the 25th of December is the due date. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. But I'm going to show you a little bit of this just while we're. Oh no! Wait, I need to wait. I need to wait a little bit for that because there's some words in there that might just be too soon for them. So let me just grab some bits from over here. We've got a couple of Ali Carter YouTube clips to watch as well. But before that, tonight, 9:00, we have got Lady Letitia with us now. How are you, Lady Letitia?
Hello, Ron. Can you see me?
We can. How are you feeling? How is the sea lion family doing today?
We're doing a little better each day.
Okay, good. Well, tonight we have Ariel Mitchell, that is Courtney Burgess's lawyer, coming on from 9 till 10. We then have Lionel Nation coming on with Ariel. We then have Natanya coming on from 11 till 12.
Wow.
And then there's a couple more guests to be concluded. And you're looking at potentially 5 hours of show tonight. It should be a massive one. So get ready. I'm probably going to be here till about 2 a.m. today. It's going to be a long shift.
Sounds like it.
But before that, at 7 p.m., I have my new series, Awaken with Beverly Rhodes. I'm telling you now, this woman is a real deal. She is not some hocus pocus TV, jokester when it comes to what she does. She is the real deal. We're talking about a woman who has helped find missing people and who has been doing this for over 40 years, whether it is remote viewing or whether it is ancestral readings and all of this. Yeah, I can't wait either, Suzanne. Sorry. I honestly, she is literally the closest thing to a living Jedi that any of us will ever meet. It's wild.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, I'm just reading the site. Yeah, Beverly's amazing. She's amazing. Be nice if she can find all those missing children. Well, I mean, do you think they're all just alive, lying about somewhere? That's the problem. So yeah. Also, I do believe she needs names. I think that's part of the process, is needing a name. Did Ron get a new chair? No. Ron is not got a new chair, but Ron will be getting a new chair. Ron is going to go and get a new fridge and a new cooker soon. Who or what is attached to you? No, there's nothing attached to me. There's just a light side and a dark side, and I've got 1 foot in each and stand in the middle, which is the grey, and I've got light-sided things and dark-sided things that are very, very, very obedient and are very nice compadres of mine. So, yeah, my buddy. He's my buddy. Don't worry. Yeah, my buddy. Yeah, he's. Have you ever seen Dexter? You know how he talks about his dark companion? That's the easiest way of looking at it. So, but we'll dive into that tonight from 7 o'clock. Awaken with Beverly Rhodes on the Sean Atwood channel. I'm excited. So today we're diving into really a learning process and learning the realities of Diddy, the cabal, these elites, through the testimonies and eyewitness accounts of Ali Carter. And I know of a lot of you who have been following Ali for years and years will probably say, Ron, why are you not caught up to date with this? Because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. I've got thumbnails, talking to guests, getting things booked, everything. There's just a lot. So forgive me if I don't have all the time in the world to do the research I'd like to do ahead of time. Didn't she say she also worked in the case in South Africa? I would love to know if she's been the Van Roon case. She is South African. She is South African. So yeah. But yes, listen, save all your Beverly questions for tonight at 7 o'clock and we'll dive into it. Now, before we do, here's Paula. Paula is our resident Ali Carter Bible. Okay, so I'm glad she's.
Hello.
I was sitting here thinking, oh God, I hope Paula sees the thumbnail and she's like, finally, we're doing this. And then it'll be one of the days where she can't make it, and I'll be like, so Paula, I was just saying to everybody, I'm a little bit behind with the Ali Carter stuff. You've always been the driving force in my friend group. You know what I'm saying? Work, friend, online, whatever you want to call it.
Friend group. I'm your only friend.
Yeah, that's true. You're quite up to date with it all, and you know where. I'm assuming you know where to find a lot of the videos and a lot of the updates. I've been trying to learn that this morning, and we're going to start delving in. Would you like to pick a place for me to start jumping in on this from, with regards to Ali videos for us to watch back?
The thing is, Ron, remember that a lot of her videos, the content is so strong.
Oh yeah, we need to be careful. Yeah, we need to be careful if you know anyone that we can watch.
It's very strong, her content. It's not something for anybody just to, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard content to watch, and especially for this time of day.
Okay. Well, what we could do is
I've sent you quite a few clips or videos. She just did a new one. Yeah, that one is pretty brutal, but you can play it. It has that one. I think it's clean. I think that depending on which one you have.
It's been on YouTube for a month. I would imagine if YouTube had an issue, they would have probably done something about it now.
It's 4 minutes.
If you're able to, Paula, could you find us her latest update video?
Okay. While you're talking, or if you want, you can play that
I'll play this one now.
Okay.
So this is Ali Carter's first transportation, as you can see down here, surviving the unimaginable. I'll prefix all of this live stream with a massive trigger warning for survivors and things like that. Paula is absolutely right. It is early in the day, but remember who you're dealing with here. I'm pretty desensitized and forget about that a lot of the time. So just please be aware and let's have a listen.
With his shipment of kids. There were kids in there that didn't speak English. There were kids that were sick and that were already dying. There were babies. There were babies that were 6 years old, and I'll never forget them just crying, and everybody was just staring at them. Everybody was just staring at each other. Nobody knew whether or not to move. I was freaked out. And I got up and I held her. And they opened the truck and they took her from me. Because they said she was already sick. And they killed her. Her name was Bailey. There are kids in there from Africa, from Mexico.
This is rough.
We got to this spot right over the border. They went past these colorful houses. They turned down these dirt roads, and there was a bunch of trucks. And they divvied everybody out like fucking retail. One person, she wouldn't stop crying, so they said that they would just send her off to somebody who was already sick, that had AIDS, that was gonna die soon, because she wouldn't shut up. My pimp smiled at me that whole time because I had straightened up my attitude. I begged for him to take me back. I begged for him to keep me. And I promised that I wouldn't tell the social workers again. I promised that I wouldn't say anything if he just took me with him. If I could go home. And he did. Me still being stupid, I tried to tell my social workers. I tried to tell him my boyfriend is 27 years old. He takes me to elite parties. He takes me to these things that I don't want to go to. And can you please help me? And they just documented him as a boyfriend. My social worker told me that maybe I needed to just talk to him. Maybe if I just did something right, or if not, just break up with him, that it would be okay. Eventually, after going to elite orgies in Simi Valley, California, escort services, we got married. He proposed to me on a boat one night. And I was so angry because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to deal with that. I was 15 years old, and I knew my adopted mom now. I knew her, and I was telling her I have a husband. And I didn't know what that meant. I just knew that he's not going to kill me. So I'm married. And I was okay with that. Like fucking retail. Colorful houses. There are kids in there from Africa, from Mexico. Went past these colorful houses. They turned down these dirt roads, and there was a bunch of trucks. Turned down these dirt roads, and there was a bunch of trucks. I was gonna die soon because she wouldn't shut up.
All right, literally, this Avicii video is what Ali's talking about. Sorry, it's truckloads full of children, dirt roads, sick. I mean, the concept of sick and dying children being a reality. I imagine for the twisted elite on a budget. If you see what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Maggie, what's happening? How are you? We're starting off with a super fun time, as you can tell. Again, everyone, trigger warning on this. Yeah. So for those of you who find a lot of this stuff hard to palate, now I know you're one of those people, Lady Letitia. I think a lot of people are. They can't really deal when they hear with the realities of these stories. And I just need to remind you all that every single person who's been forced into a container or a truck or a car, they never had the option to just turn around and go back to their life. And I think we do a discredit on YouTube by using words like R and PDF file and transporting and all of this. But because we have to do the algorithmic dance, we have to. I often wonder if an entire generation of children are going to be desensitized to the horrors of the world because of the necessity to discuss things in algorithm. And when you hear testimonies like Ali's and you hear about the fine details, okay, the finer details, okay, of these horrific plots and scenes that she's painting. Sick children, dying children.
Can they do more to stop this? I know they did a movie on it.
Who's they? Who's they?
And just the what? Government, just everyone.
No, Letitia. Why would the government want to stop this? This is their business.
Yeah.
And are you only talking for Hallie or for all those children all over the world?
I'm talking all those children, my G.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to Letitia because she said one government, but there, if it's all over the world, there's not one government.
Diddy is sex trafficking.
There's so many.
How can they not trace it and try to figure out the origin of this?
Okay,
like
well,
Ron said.
If you want to have an actual discussion, Letitia, right? Let's go with this, right? So when you say trace them, okay, what is them and where do you think they're coming from?
Like, okay, so P. Diddy is considered sex trafficking, right?
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
So why can't they trace his situation to all the situations and try to break down, where it's really coming from, the higher.
So I feel like your question is coming from a place of outrage and not from a place of coherent thought. Okay, no. Because when we talk about Diddy and we talk about these elites, Letitia, when we talk about tracing back, where are we tracing back to? What is it we're tracing? Because unless
investigating, he's being investigated.
Yeah.
And he's sex trafficking. He's got to get him from somewhere.
So it's got to be from testimony then. It has to be from a living survivor who goes, I was taken from Spain and I've been here for months. This is my testimony, if you see what I'm saying. And
anyway, those people,
just having
those
a hard
elite,
time with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you are.
And I understand that for you, it's hard to see that the world is just a really ugly place in reality.
Okay, so let me tell you a story. Child Protective Services. Thank you, Dana. Right, we're going to use this as an example. So when you have Child Protective Services that hands over an 8 or 9 year old, and then that paperwork is done for that child effectively dying, disappearing, whatever. It's pushed through. We're talking about corrupt systems that have been in place for years. We have them here. We've had multiple scandals. That's if you're looking for local children. Okay. You may need, certain nationalities of children. You may have individuals that have got tastes and demand.
But any child can be snatched and taken.
Yeah, but snatching's causes too much of a ruckus. You can't just go to a normal family who love their kids, snatch their child and run off with it. It happens, of course it does. But when we're talking about the higher echelons, that's too noisy. That's way too noisy. You know what I'm saying? That's why the business model is they'll bring in shipping containers full of substances and sell it by the container rather than having millions of people on street corners doing it in 20 bags, if you see what I mean. The business model needs to be massive. And when it comes to these kids, the foster system, the CPS or the like-minded or the similar ones for your country, they're all going to have their hands to play in a lot of this.
My girlfriend,
if you just think
CPS, and she has seen a lot. Like, she's seen kids die from, different overdose of drugs, and child abuse and all of that. And I asked her, said, why do you keep the kids in these homes if you know that their parents are, not on the up and up? And she said, they'll go into foster
What did she
care.
say?
She said they'll go into foster care. She said that's what her job is, to make sure that they're okay. And I said, well, every time you tell me a story, it's sad. It's depressing.
The world's full of these sad stories, right? And
Exactly. And just to make an example, because I just want to make an example. When to Latisha, when I don't know if you saw the interview with Suge Knight and I think Michael something, a man that went to prison.
No.
So Suge Knight was talking about the fact that Diddy is not the head of the operation. He's just one of the lower soldier.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that means who is going to arrest him? Who is higher than Diddy, who is a billionaire? Like, this thing is going so far and so up.
That's a great point, because when we start looking at all of this, when we start looking at the side quest characters,
what is your point?
My point is that
Ron, yeah,
Diddy is the small fish. He's a small fish. Why not trace and try to investigate where the big fishes are to try to get this thing under some type of control?
Because it doesn't work like that. You're going to destroy
more outrage.
People are outraged, but this is the thing, Letitia. We're talking about the mainstream media is controlled by the same conglomerates that own these people. We're talking about thousands and thousands of years of this, not 10 or 20 years of this. This is the way the world works. We're just slowly finding out about it now, and we're all going into a bit of a shock. Some of us can't accept it. Like 100%. 100%.
It's not like slavery. It is slavery.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So
Ali is one of those people. And if we look at what Suge Knight was saying about Diddy and everyone, we can see that I didn't know that, but I learned that yesterday. Way before, when Obama was president, he was friends with Diddy when he was a senator 4 years before he became president. And then when he became president, he gave a pardon to one of the associates of Diddy that was not a good person, that is from the Studio 54, where a lot of bad things happen. So you can see that. Do you see how high it goes?
Oh yeah. Like this is, but again, this is what is hard for a lot of people to take in.
Exactly. So when you say
that reality,
when you say Diddy and Obama was friends, what does that got to do with sex trafficking?
Why would Obama pardon someone? Because not reduce the sentence. Pardon.
Oh my God! Listen, I just spent 2 minutes looking for something online. How have you twisted this round of politics again? That's a yellow card. Yellow card.
It's just to show the corruption, because I think if it was the Trump government, it wouldn't change anything. It's just I don't see any difference between Democrat and the Republican. I think they all have really sketchy thing behind them. So if you want to talk about politics, for me, I'm just talking about someone that had power, and the moment that they got the power, they pardon someone. It's so rare that you get a presidential pardon.
Oh my
God! Only a reduction of sentence
all day long.
What did you say?
I said Trump was pardoning people all day long.
He
was pardoning his people in his party that were getting in trouble.
Was he?
Yes.
Like who?
I wish I
All right, no, I'm cutting you off. Like honestly, you two are now.
May I say something? The thing with trafficking, and the reason why we talk about government is because if the government really wanted to crack down on this, they would.
They don't want to.
Exactly. That's the whole point of it. So people like Ali, they're considered just, collateral damage, or, she's talking about being forced to travel to another nation, and she's pleading for her life because she had gone through something horrible, and the threat was, we're going to leave you here and we're going to send you to these people, and they're going to do way worse than what we've done to you, in spite of the fact that what they done to her was horrific. So she was so scared while she was in another nation, and dirt roads and everything, and they're divvying her up like cattle, and she's just thinking, I don't care what you do to me, I'm okay with that as a minor, you know, as long as you don't leave me here, because what's going to happen to these people, to these children, is going to be way worse than what has been done to me. I want people to understand that.
Do you know when Ali Carter's horrific journey began, what age it was that she was?
She was about, she's been talked about it, and according to social services, apparently she was inappropriately touched from 3 months on, and things got, I mean, and the earliest memory she has is 3 to 4 years old.
Okay, so she's effectively been
her whole life.
Yeah, she's been born into this, allegedly, in my opinion.
Allegedly.
Okay,
it reminds me of the man that you're gonna interview. You know, the Polish filmmaker.
Yeah, that's what
it reminds me of the story. Yeah,
I'm getting that vibe too. Okay, so I did have a point. Just give me a second. I've forgotten it.
No, but so you understand, people, that this is the thing, and we do have a voice. We do have ways to hold people accountable. Go to your congressman, go to your MP, go to people.
Right?
And
Terry
I've remembered it now. Okay, so it's in. No, shush. Wait, it's gone again. Wait. Okay. Great, Paula. Back again. Talk for 10 more seconds.
Terry Crews.
No, okay. Why do these people get to live? Okay, thank you. Right. So why are the Ali Carters of the world walking around? Surely, if you are at the head of a demonic, evil cartel of Hollywood with multiple bloodlines, thousands of years of lineage, evil connections to bloodletting magic and sacrificial madness, why would you let the Ali Carters live? Why would you let any of the hunted children survive? Because they are trophies, okay? They are trophies, okay? What better way to sit about in your massive, twisted, evil, like Tower of Saruman, right? And, you know, where all the elites hang out in their freaking big Swedish Tower of Doom, sitting about going, look at Ali Carter again, trying to tell everybody about politicians, about celebrities and children. Isn't it fabulous, the job we did on her, where she'll never be taken seriously? But even if people do start to believe her, don't worry, because most of the judges, most of the lawyers and police, we've got a finger tapped into. And that's the reality of it. You've got to understand. It's the same with Diddy, when people are asking, well, if you're not gay, why would you do gay things? Why would you want? Why would a straight man want to make another straight man do homosexual things? Because it's a control tool. It's a matter of breaking someone. It's showing you that you do have a price. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You ain't signing a check. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah. Terry Crews was just in the Senate talking about this very subject, how he was treated. He was sexually molested, or, you know, been through, you know, something similar, but he was fighting it. He was in the Senate. He's an actor, and he was talking about Diddy and talking about trying to bring down these scumbags.
Yep.
Okay. So.
How long's he been talking about that publicly for?
He just did it yesterday. He just did it a couple of days ago.
Okay, so let's give it till Monday, and we'll see how he does.
It's been a while. It's been a while with Terry Crews that he's talking about since the Me Too movement, but I don't understand how you think it's really going to help.
He was just in the Senate the other day.
But Badgie's talking about the length of time he's been talking about this sort of corruption, if you know what I mean.
This is different from the sex trafficking, though.
Okay, so this is directly at Hollywood and Diddy. Is that what you're saying, Letitia?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see how we'll see if he's still.
That Diddy, like, he was insinuating that recently, with these charges with Diddy, have been very disturbing. And
yeah, I imagine that there is a Rolex, Letitia. I imagine there's a Rolex in the post for that man as we speak, and we want to make sure that no pneumonia kicks in. If you know what I'm saying, Letitia. know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna say to see on the chat, not Terry Crews, Terry Crew, the big black
Terry
man
Crew.
who was in.
Oh, Terry Crews. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said Terry Crews. Big Terry. Hey, Terry likes yogurt. That guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are the accent.
It's a 3-minute clip. It's a 3-minute clip. He was in the Senate yesterday. And it was really good.
I'm doing it, guys. I'm doing it.
You know what? White chick. Yes, I was like white girl, white.
Okay, hang on. This is 6 years ago. That's the Me Too stuff.
The thing is with Ali, like people don't like to listen to what Ali says because it's too harsh. You know, they like to listen to the rated R version, and even that upsets them. And how can we change anything if people just mute? You know, her pain, she can't mute it. And she's trying to tell us this is what's happening. And you guys don't want to listen because it's unpalatable.
Can I just jump in for a second? Letitia, how the hell do you spell Senate?
How do you spell
Sesate?
Oh yeah, everyone try and spell it at the same time over the top of each other. Super helpful. Yeah, Letitia, is it CEN? Senate. Oh, you're not even going to tell me.
S-E-S-E-S-E-N.
Oh, Little Miss Mad has written it in the chat. And
thank you. That is, I completely failed. Thank you. You're dealing with an 8-year-old. Please put one in the chat as a way of throwing your index finger up at Ron's inability to spell. Okay. Can I just ask?
We need to do a shirt that says "Words are hard."
It's already been done. I've done it years ago. I sold a whack.
You see him?
Can you give me some keywords? So Terry Crews in Senate 2024. I guess that would be done.
Yes, it was like 2 days ago.
Okay, because I'm getting Terry Crews testifies on SA. Terry Crews
in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay, so I think maybe one of you guys is going to have to find this for me because I'm just pulling up everything from 6 years ago.
But what in that speech did move you, Letitia?
Oh, it was really good. He talked about himself. He talked about other kids being violated and mistreated, and we need to do more. He asked for a bill to be passed. Yes, he said a lot of good things, and it was only 3 minutes, but it was really powerful.
Listen, I'll be honest.
That would mean that those words would they help someone like Ali, like Paula was saying?
Yes, it would stop it. It would stop. It would help stop
just by going a bill,
and abuse of kids in general. Yes, Matthew.
Or would it create more systems in play to give the powers that be more access to kids?
No.
Okay, well, I refer you to Ashton Kutcher. I refer you to the Clinton Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
All of which have a very suspicious alleged we're the kids. What was her name? What was the Clinton lady?
We
Hillary.
were actually talking about it on your Discord the other day.
Hillary.
And your followers.
We're the kids. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They're
easily
to get rallied up.
I'm sure that.
In the chat.
Okay, listen, I'm going to be honest. Since you don't have the clip, and I'm not wasting any more time looking for it.
Exactly.
Anytime anyone.
I just want to.
Can I say something?
Okay, she just sent you.
Swear to God, all of you need to stop talking over each other. It's driving me mad. Okay, so anytime anyone wants to play a clip, bring it with you because it's hard to find. Right, Maggie, what are you saying?
So I just wanted to say to Lady Letitia, I understand that the words of Terry Crews touched you. And I understand that passing a bill could seem like something, but understand that for people like Ali and for people like so many other sex trafficked kids that people don't care about, those bills are just word. Word cannot protect you. Action can.
I got it.
So I think that's why Paula is always coming back to Ali because this is so traumatizing. Yeah. So I want to leave the parole to. I just want to leave that to Paula. I think she has a lot to say.
Do you not know how many bills have been passed? How much legislation has been put in place? All of it over the years, all of it, and the situation just gets worse and worse and worse. Oh no, listen, we won't.
Okay,
and thank you
I
for your
just
support.
posted it in the private chat, Ron.
Hang on. What?
Because when people say we got to do something, I just think of South Park doing the little song, because that's what those politicians and those actors like to do, doing a little song and dance.
I sent you a clip, and you start from 105. That's the latest Ali Carter thing. I sent it to you a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Paula. Thank you so much. Right, so that's
and
Terry
I also
Crews.
sent you a link to his testimony.
Okay, wicked. Right, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, this guy. Do you know? I love this guy. Right, 1 second.
Or from 105.
Yeah, I will. This is our latest testimony. So we're doing in the internet, we call this meta, right? Where we're watching, we're reacting to a guy reacting to Ali Carter, right? This is just how it goes on the Webernet, right? So this guy here, I forget his name. It's the
He's
Music
had Atwood on his
Recording
show.
Network. I'm hopefully going to be making an appearance on his channel. I've been popping into his live streams. He's been reacting to all of the content that we've done.
That's
and I think it would be good fun because he seems like a cool guy. And he plays some slapping the bass, man. Slapping that bass. So it's good times. Right. So let's jump into this. Before we jump into this, actually, I want to just close the book on the Terry Crews thing. Yeah. It's just going to annoy me. It's just going to annoy me unless we freaking close the book on that. Okay. Okay. All right. Little black box. What you doing? This happened to me. Terry Crews details his alleged essay during emotional Senate testimony. And this is from 6 years ago.
Wow, it was just the other day.
That's okay. What we're going to do is we're never going to mention Terry Crews' name ever again because you've now alienated him. No, I'm kidding. If you can find it, we'll put it on because I'd love to see it. It's just that's the one that I brought up earlier. And
all right.
Yeah. Before we dive into Ali Carter's latest, because it's a whopper. I think it's a whopper of a video. I've got an 11-minute clip here. We're going to dive into this from the Time to Talk. Do you know what really blows my mind is when you look at someone's podcast setup and then you realize they've only got 3,000 subs. You're like, why don't people just hit subscribe? 491,000 views. Even if half the people had just hit subscribe, right? Put the bell on and bash the like on this, the guy would be over 200k subs.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you're watching this and you just consume content for free, push the. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to shout at some of you now. You push the button. If you're watching this, push the button, ring the bell, press the like, share, leave a good comment, or beat it. It's up to you. I've had enough. I've had enough of this shizness. Okay, either subscribe or. Yeah. All right.
Right, every person not subscribed being busted like Sean.
Yeah.
Like your bro,
Yes, 100%. Everyone who's not subscribed right now, you 100% are getting busted. The Sean. You're getting. Oh, I've broken it. Oh no, we're back. What? There we go. Busted. Yay. You are busted like Sean with the banana on the live stream. All of you who are not subscribed, this is your life. Okay? This is your life right now. Oh, it's never going to wear thin, Sean. I'm sorry. It's never not going to be a good thing to post. Okay. Shut up, Morgs. Unsubscribed. You're freaking modding it, mate. Relax. Right, here we go.
If you guys know about this, because it's just bad.
Hi. My name is Allison Leilani Carter. In 2021, we did a live interview with Maria Z. We went viral in 2020. We tried to do a case against Riverside County Child Protective Services because Riverside County, do you hear me? Riverside County Child Protective Services was involved in my trafficking. And I told you guys.
There we go, Letitia. So, and you may have already known that, Letitia, but no. I think this is going to. I'll be honest with you. Most of the human transporting cartel criminal end of the serious business end, it all starts within foster homes with the CPS, that style of organization. Now imagine that applied to the mass immigration that's been going on and the separation of children and families and all this kind of
separation of children. Why are they separating those kids from their
parents? Because it makes it easier for them to go missing. Why would you? Would you rather, if you were going to go and steal a bunch of kids, would you rather they were with their parents or would you rather they were separated? Think about it. I mean, it's a madness.
Guys, in that Maria Z interview in 2021, that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. All right? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. People don't usually talk and stop and think about the children victims that are going through things right now as we speak, and the ones who suffered through all this bullshit. I decided to stop for a second and do some projects with projects all around, because we just said, you know what? This is our life. It's not changing. We stopped somewhere, and I've been hiding. My mom and I have been hiding. We've had our head down. We've tried to back up. We've tried to tell you everything that we can, and now we have people messaging us, investigators, people that want to talk now, when now it's because it's trending. We're still not on the subject of the kids. All the adults are covering their asses. All the adults are, I left at a certain time, yet you knew children were there. You knew these parties were not okay in the party. And one of those children were me. Now, those who are trying to come at us now, talking like, oh, well, now the Diddy's out, now that you can talk. For why? Because we tried to have a case with Child Protective Services. We gave them 8 months worth of evidence. 8 months worth of evidence. That didn't even do a crumb. They took that case and they hid it. If you are a survivor and if you are a real victim, be careful. Because these hotline numbers that they're putting out, I don't trust them. I wouldn't do it.
Just to Kaylee, we're bringing me up to speed. I did apologize to everyone earlier about my lack of time to do research away from the show, and I thought it's a good way for us to just get up to scratch with myself. So it's me that's the problem, not you guys. Megan's Mole, how are you? Thank you so much for your support. Big shout out to Megan's Mole.
Megan's Mole.
We love Molly. We love Molly. Yay.
Molly, you're more than welcome. I'll send you the link just now. I know you might not want to, but you're very, very, very welcome to come and join us.
Megan Mole is an amazing YouTuber, and she's been doing the coverage as well of Diddy. You know, she's absolutely fantastic about it.
Actually, Molly, what are you doing tonight between 12 and 1 UK time? I need a guess between 12 and 1 UK time. We'll speak on WhatsApp. I've sent you the link. Let's get back into this.
Take your
go subscribe to Megan Small, guys, because she's amazing.
And I just wanted to say one thing. Can I say one thing?
They're taking inventory.
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that in any moment, it's beautiful to hear the word of Ali, even if it's not to bring Ron up to speed. Just what I want to say.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, but that you were all basic.
You froze.
Hello, Ron froze.
Okay.
The Viking is frozen. You froze, Ron.
I'm back. I just pulled the internet out by mistake and then shoved it back in again. Are we okay? I'm back. Okay. Everything. Oh my God! Now I'm getting every single update possible. I don't need any. Right. Okay. So we're going to go back to this. I can't remember what the last point was because I unplugged up the internet.
Sorry. So don't trust them. Don't trust the Fed. They're all guilty. You're all corrupt. Any attorney that's taking money to defend Diddy, you're nasty and vile.
That's blood money.
That's blood money.
That's all blood money. You do know that, right? Whether you take money from him to shut up, whether you take money from him for period, that's blood money. I don't want anybody's money. You see all the people running? They're ducking and hiding because everybody knows that there was children there. But we're still not talking about the kids yet. When are we going to talk about the kids? Everybody's demanding something from the victims. Why aren't you demanding it from the news? You know he's about to turn into another Epstein, and then the list follows and it circles back into a web. So why isn't anybody demanding any information on the kids? Huh?
Where'd that supply chain come from?
Do you think that thousands of bottles worth of baby oil was for thousands of who? $65,000 worth of hot dogs and pizza was for who? Trafficking over the border was for who?
Remember that email, Ron?
You demanding it from the news.
Money.
That's all blood money. You do know that, right? Whether you take money from him to shut up, whether you take money from him for period, that's blood money. I don't want anybody's money. You see all the people running? They're ducking and hiding because everybody knows that there is children there. But we're still not talking about the kids yet. When are we going to talk about the kids? Everybody's demanding something from the victims. Why aren't you demanding it from the news? You know he's about to turn into another Epstein, and then the list follows and it circles back into a web. So why isn't anybody demanding any information on the kids? Huh?
Where'd that supply chain come from?
Do you think that thousands of bottles worth of baby oil was for thousands of who? $65,000 worth of hot dogs and pizza was for who?
Yeah, indeed. This is from the pizza scandal from years ago, the emails that were leaked from Podesta's, Obama's, and the Clinton Foundation campaign, whatever you want to call it, their email servers. And of course, the $65,000 refers to orders of hot dogs that was for an Obama administration party, if memory serves me correct.
I have it here if you want to
Trafficking
show
over the
it.
border was for who? Child Protective Services is your supplier. Is anybody going to talk about that? The immigrants that are coming across the border, that all those kids that they were just scooping up out of boats and out of the water, they're now coming.
Yeah, Drain Masters, go and repost that comment, but call it Pizza G, because people need to know the facts.
Ron, if you want, you can show quickly the email. I have it there so people know what we're talking about.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, fire it over.
I have it here. I have it. I'm showing it. Just show it.
Oh, well, you're bloody freaking killing it today. That's how we do it. Okay, so do we have anything? Okay, so I think Obama spent $65,000 of the taxpayers' money flying in pizzas and hot dogs from Chicago for a private party at the White House not long ago. Assume we're using the same channels. Now, I just want to hit you with some facts, people. No outside food at any point is allowed to be brought into the White House. Everything is cooked on site, and I'm telling you,
Trump brought in McDonald's and Taco Bell.
Trust me, those will have been shipped to the White House, right? And built at the White House under, someone from McDonald's doing it with all the McDonald's stuff. But I'm telling you now, if you think regular restaurants have a paranoia about accidental stuff falling in your food and all this, I don't know whose job it is to check the food going into the White House, but that is not a job I would want. So we realized now that you ain't going to be outside catering. You're going to be bringing chefs in. Everyone has got like a Secret Service agent with two Uzis standing beside them in the kitchen, finally chopping that garlic. Do you know what I'm saying? There ain't no bringing in any outdoor catering. Okay. Do you know what? Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the chef ordered in some fancy hot dogs, right? Let's just take a minute. Next time you go for a coffee break, Google expensive hot dogs, luxury hot dogs, right? And see how many you get for $65,000. All right. Okay. So I'm just saying it doesn't add up. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Anyway, let's carry on with this. But Paula, thank you very much for bringing that up, because Chicago Hot Dog Friday, to celebrate all the hot dogs out there. Rick, can you participate as, what was that? Oh no, wait, hang on. What can you participate as well? It's just all a bit suspicious, mate, right? Like, why has nothing ever been done about these emails? The FBI tried to, and then I imagine some people that we'll never know the names of or hear the lives of got food poisoning, or do I dare say it, pneumonia. And that's the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Right, let's carry on with this.
Throwing them right into the system.
Also, thank you very much for that, Paul.
Aurora, Colorado, Springfield, Ohio. Where do you think all those kids are going? This ain't about an election anymore. Y'all know that, right? The election is canceled. Because everybody that you love, you don't live in the world you think you do. Everybody that you think is not guilty is about to show you who they really are. I've been screaming for years. We were followed the night that Diddy was arrested. I left a place that I was in minding my own business, finally trying to stop for a second and get my life back. And you know what? I'm not even upset about that. I'm upset about the fact that I have to walk back into this place and I have to tell you all goodbye. So if you know who I am and you know me as Justice, you know I'm about to walk into this building and tell you I gotta go. Nobody ever thinks about the victims. Nobody. The victims' lives get turned around when the predators' lives want to just get announced. We're not talking about the victims that are still going through the shit right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social media. Why are you running? Our PTSD lives on every damn day that they did what they did. But it's only talked about when it's trending. We got legal evidence to drop. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021, 7 months ago. We made sure, I already knew. We went and made sure there were sworn documents. We have them. When we went to Colorado for the A to Z event, we had a lot of legal evidence that we made sure we already had because we knew a list of people were about to get got. You can't run for that long. I'm just shocked we're finally seeing the day. So thank you so much for listening. We got to go and tie up some things, and then we'll be back.
I like to believe those things she has to tie up are two elites in the back of the car. All right, that's what I'm thinking. It's shocking. And when we hear a woman speaking so profoundly and almost, dare I say, directly to individuals, you have to feel the sincerity and the strength. You know, individuals who say things like this usually get the living hell sued out of them pretty fast. Okay. They don't have their accounts taken down. They have their accounts taken down rather than being taken into court. Now, when we speak about Jaguar, when we speak about Ali, when we speak about any survivor who has come to this level of outspoken and exposing, shall we say, you know for a fact they are telling us 60% of the story because the other 40% is in a file somewhere on a hard drive for keeping them alive. Okay? Because I imagine the minute one of their trophies gets out of hand, there's a system in play to return them to the nightmare. Because what better way of teaching a lesson after someone's tasted freedom than to be put back in a cage once again? And this whole cabal, the whole worship, sacrificial side of it is something that I'm working on for you guys. Now, listen, this is really only 30 seconds, all right? But while we kind of process this clip before we go on to the next one, I'm going to show you something that I'm working on, because a lot of you hear me talking a lot of the time about, you know, Hollywood and all of the horrible stuff that goes on. And this is a little project that I'm working on for you guys. Like I say, it's only the first 30 seconds and I need to just see that I can see the screen. But the amount of horrific, oh, I broke it. Hang on a second. 1 second. Apologies. This is as best as it's going to get, sadly. This is a whole video that I'm working on. You're only going to see a tiny little 30 seconds of the intro, right? But have a look.
Can't hear it, Ron.
Oh, you guys can't hear that. That sucks. We'll figure this out for another time. What do you guys think? Let me go to Maggie first. From that clip, Maggie, like, I'm sure it's nothing you've not heard before in the Ali Carter sphere. I know you're someone who keeps up with it as well. Not so much maybe now, but how did you feel when you were on your journey to awakening or wokeness, but old school wokeness, not new school wokeness? How did you how did you start processing all of it? Like when you started hearing about the lists of celebrities, the children, the babies, the rituals, how did you come to terms with all of that? And was it hearing the testimonies that got you to not so much believe in it, but certainly carry you forward on your truth searching journey, shall we say?
Sincerely, yeah, it was the victim, listening to the victim and just thinking about all those, because, you know, I'm a Black woman. So thinking about all those people that hide behind a certain like pro-black or etc., but then they do so much, they have no problem committing so much atrocities against black people and also white people. But it's just like, why are you so comfortable lying to us? And when I look at Ali Carter, or when I learned that the Clinton went to Haiti, and I know that what they did to Haiti is crazy. So
Haiti,
I don't
yes.
know.
Haiti, yes.
I don't know how to say the.
No,
I don't know
you're
how to
you're
say
fine.
H.
I'm not busting your chops here. No, I'm literally just being the sign language guy, but verbally for your French. But yeah,
My
Haiti. Yeah,
French.
100%, mate. Like, you don't have to pick the label too much on the Haiti side to see links.
Yeah.
Lady
And I
Letitia.
had to accept. Oh, just one thing.
No, you're okay.
And
Of
I
course,
had to. Just one thing to say,
Yeah, of
and I
course.
had to accept that because it's easy to believe the other side. I was always raised extremely with left value, and I am in Canada, and it was really hard to just let go of my need to have idols, but then expect other people's to police their idol. So that was also extremely hard for me to just realize that there is no hero.
Oh, well, I get what you're saying. Also, is that one of those little rascals? It's enough to make you physically ill. No, I'll tell you what's enough to make you physically ill, mate. Tubes of your mad peanuts, Mr. Scoville.
How was that?
That's what's going to make me physically ill. So you lovely side chat people, the wonderful Scoville family, right? Who create the tubes of terror. I'm sorry, the lights. I've got to pivot this so people can see.
Wow.
The tubes of terror. The wonderful Scovilles, the Lifeboat YouTube channel, have sent me out these. And one night this week, one night, right? You're going to see shoelaces of head fluid dangling out of me whilst I cry and probably use every swear word I can think of to describe Tommy Scoville during the process. So,
what is going to happen to your hair?
Oh man, what's he saying? Yeah. Mass, yeah, they call me pizza, Courtney B. I know. Do you know what though? Just honestly, do you know what? I don't have time for you to side quest me, Mass, today. I know what you're trying to do because you very nearly triggered a 40-minute side quest of this live stream where I'm just going yappa 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 yappa. So watching you, little rascal. But thank you very much for the support.
Well,
okay.
Ron, I think it needs to make sense. It has to make sense. And sometimes my brain, if I can't see it, it's hard. So when you mention Obama and all of them, I'm like, their character doesn't portray them as that. And I get, Maggie, you're saying that there is no heroes. I get that. I really do. But I think it's extremely sad and disturbing for little kids to be violated in this way, and separating them from their parents is extremely just horrible. It's horrible in every way. Like someone said, it makes you ill because people don't think about themselves. You wouldn't want to be in this little girl's shoes. You wouldn't want to be in this little boy's shoes. What if it was you? But you don't see people you don't see their life being valued for some odd reason. But with Ali Carter, I hope that she gets justice with all, that she's been through. Because it sounds like she's been through a hell of a lot. And for her story to be heard and her story to get out more, I think, legal needs to interfere. Something needs to be done to help her with her case and help her with her story.
100%. The problem is, again, we're in this cycle loop, aren't we? Where it's like the people that control the police, the people that control the courts, the people that control the media. These people are the people that have done it. And until we are talking multi-billion-dollar walls of empires, businesses, and politicians until they start falling. You and I.
You think they're gonna snatch the wrong kid, and when they snatch the wrong kid,
no, they're not snatching them, right? They are, but when we're talking about the elite levels, with the top level, we're talking about being born into it. We're talking about farming. We're talking about bringing children from other countries. We're talking about all of this to keep it under wraps. For example, you've heard the expression, don't poop on your own doorstep. Okay. If you were to start selling substances, you wouldn't start selling them on your own street, Letitia. You see what you mean? So if I'm an elite and I need a fast catered party, I'm going to some third party who's going to handle all the messy stuff, finding the kids, bringing them here, all that stuff. I'm keeping my hands well clear. Like every single other criminal organization that facilitates a substance, that facilitates a want or a need, it's the same pyramid of business. And the people at the top are far, far away from the money, and they're far, far away from the product. And everything runs through the next two levels. And this is no different. I hate to break it to everyone. It's just a business model. But the business model is running an unfair set of rules where they've got the corruption, they've got the corrupt police, the corrupt import-export people. All that stuff is tied down. Not last week, not last month, 3,000 years ago. You know, I would probably imagine there's certain people that have been in the positions of these jobs who families have born and bred. They all know what's going on, and their children go on to be the port master of this place because they're the ones who are not going to scan certain shipping containers. We're not talking about the cartels. The cartels who are running an actual criminal organization throughout all of this are one thing different. I'm talking literally about the top echelon elite levels and how I believe they would carry out all of this. Riverside, Psychology HQ, Riverside Police. I've been interested by them. Riverside, yeah, the Scientology, man, that is just. I used to be when the people that wear the plastic masks, right, that look like Guy Fawkes, when they started their first mission against Scientology, I was a boots on the ground member for years, and the amount of our protests that we done in my hometown, and the amount of our individuals that got followed home and had their houses smashed up and all of this, it is mad. Ron, have you been seeing the open containers all over my No, I've not. Can you listen, for simplicity, anybody who would like to show me stuff or bring stuff to the shows, you're going to have to come to me on Discord. I'm really sorry. I'm not being a diva. It's just life is moving way too fast right now for me to try and include other things. So let me just post a Discord link again, and I hope no one thinks I'm trying to be a diva here. So let me just fire that up because there's a lot of you in the side chat that could bring a lot of interesting stuff to my show, and I can tell you that right now, whether it's links and posts or voice notes of your stories or whatever. Right, I'm just shutting down some stuff, and then we're going to get on to the link that Paula sent us.
But what about what Paula thinks of the clip?
Yeah, oh yeah, Paula, yeah. Well, I mean, Paula, I mean, Jesus Christ, Paula's just going to be hitting us with sound bites from the last 3 weeks.
No, it's okay. Well, you know, there's
I'm sorry, I'm really interested.
That's okay.
The thing is, though, I used to have a job. I used to work as a diplomat, and one of the worst, I think, is the job that got me to quit. It's because working with little girls that were they were not developed, and they were married off to very elderly tribe leaders, right? And then they ended up getting pregnant. And because they were so young and their hips were so narrow, whenever they did give birth, their whole system there would they would suffer reversible damage. But these little girls, because after they gave birth with their little bodies, they couldn't control their bowel movements or anything. So they would pee and they would smell. So they were ostracized. Yeah. So these girls, on top of being and then they gave birth, and they're like 12, 13 years of age. On top of that, they're brutally separated from their child, and then they're ostracized within the tribe. So after that, I actually, guys, I quit. I just, because you have to change the culture. This is one of the deep seated things that people don't understand. This is actually cultural. Legally in this country, they were not supposed to marry anybody less than 16 years of age, but yet they're marrying girls that are 9, and the tribe leaders are like 56, 70 years old, and they're marrying this little girls to these people. And as soon as they menstruate, they can't have children. So if they menstruate early, then they get pregnant early. So after that, so when I hear Ali Carter's story, I know, because I worked in government, I know the bureaucracy of what's going on. And most of the money that governments donate or give goes to bureaucracy, doesn't really go to helping the kids, because they bring their own expats that are paid a fortune. They buy the facilities. They have to run the facilities. So like 5% of whatever aid is given is actually going to where it should go, which is very little. So Ali, to me, it's very personal, because we have the opportunity of a person who's vocal, who's alive, who's willing to speak, who's not afraid, and who has been talking for years. This is not something that as soon as Diddy got arrested, everybody started coming out of the woodwork. No, this young woman has been risking her life and those of her loved ones, speaking out, trying to help others.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know that is not palatable, the things that she says, because guess what? It wasn't palatable what she lived through. This is not something, like, when you don't like a YouTube video or whatever, you just switch it, right? You just move to another one. Ali can't do that. She does not have that luxury to say, you know what? I don't want to remember the day I was hung with my feet up, my head upside down with my feet by a rope, and I couldn't move my feet because if I did, then it would cut more in my, Denzel Washington. There was this thing about Denzel Washington that he was very offended in one of the Diddy parties, and he said, "You don't respect nobody." Denzel Washington had the chance to walk out. Ali didn't. And Denzel Washington wasn't even subjected to anything. And Denzel Washington kept quiet. And I used to like Denzel Washington. But how can this man see this? And he calls that disrespect. That is a crime. Not disrespectful. That is criminal.
What do you mean, Paula?
Wait.
Paula, what do you mean about Denzel Washington? Because he just saw someone that was a performer do a number 2 on stage, so he thought it was disrespectful.
No, he was in other parties. According to Ali Carter, he was in other parties. People like to talk about the time when he said he left early. Ali Carter gives a completely different point of view, and she's right. She is right. If he saw something was happening, they all knew there were minors. Yeah. They should have walked and report. Not only walked out. Denzel Washington.
Well, listen. Here's one thing.
I heard that Denzel didn't go to the white. He didn't go to the freak offs. He went to the white party, and he didn't. He said that after a certain time he would leave the party. Like anything happens too late, he would leave. Right?
You know what Ali Carter said? You know what Ali Carter said? The fact that he knew he had to leave, or he would leave, is because he knew what was happening was not kosher.
I don't know.
Okay,
or he thought it was disgusting, and he thought it was like disgusting, but disgusting is not illegal.
Well, just
allegedly.
Like Adrian, the lady yesterday that spoke, Adria, she spoke yesterday and said that she didn't know she was licking a strawberry off a breast that was 12 or 13 years old.
All right. Let me just settle your ladies' discussion here. So it makes a lot more sense to get some 14-year-olds who look 19 if you're going to put them on a table covered in fruit and trick people into doing things to a minor. Okay, you have to start thinking, if you were a twisted, evil, demonic worshipping sack of human excrement, right? You have to think like that to try and piece together how all of this works. Otherwise, you're going to go, X and Y would never do that to a child. Yeah, you're probably right. But there's more than one way of skinning a cat. And if you want to get somebody entrapped my God, you don't want a bunch of 9-year-olds running around. You want some 13 and 14-year-olds that are look 18, 19.
Right.
Mad.
Yeah.
And do you know, it's the reverse from a catching a predator point of view. I'm looking for 29-year-olds that look 15 when you throw a onesie on. So when they do a webcam call with a predator, they look the part.
Exactly.
Do you see what I mean?
Exactly.
But Ron, there were some, according to Ali Carter, there were some girls that looked so young, no amount of makeup is gonna cover. And some of these men, they didn't want them to wear makeup because they got off on them looking so young.
Correct. But
yes,
that's a different.
Exactly.
That's a different inner circle. So
but they were there. They were all there. They were all there, Ron.
No. Listen, you can't just. We've got to go with the facts here. We've got the inner circle, right? The very last circle where horrible things are happening to babies. And trust me, if you're there, this ain't new. Okay. And then you've got the next circle and the next circle. The circle where all the celebrities who don't know what is going on, right? That's where the 14-year-olds who look 19 that are covered in fruit are.
Right.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because we've seen the photos. We've seen the photos, mate.
Exactly.
We've seen the photos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I saw in the side chat that someone said that Ali said that Denzel essayed her. He never said that.
I definitely don't have all the facts.
Ali did say it.
I don't have all the facts. None of what I'm saying are facts. None of what I'm saying are facts. This is just opinion and all allegedly.
Because Paula, what you said, because I didn't listen to everything that Ali Carter said, was that Denzel Washington was leaving early the party because he knew what was going to happen. And so we were debating if he really knew what was going to happen after, if it was illegal or not. But if you're telling us now that, in fact, no, Ali said that she was essayed, that's a different story. So what did she say, please?
That's what she said, that people in one of you're going to see, because I've sent you all the links, Ron, right? I sent you so many links because she says people don't want to listen to it. People don't want to hear it, because for one, I was a huge fan of Denzel Washington. This is a man who goes and talks about preaching, telling the truth, or being the first one. What's more important? I have actually huge admiration for Denzel Washington. But after listening to Ali, and even Miss J were right. She said that I sent you that interview, Ron. You're gonna need to resend me stuff if you're wanting me to play. Yeah, it was in one of the articles.
I'm also going to need to press to get watching this video, ladies. So wrap up your points so that I can crack on.
I'm trying to. The thing is that people have to understand that all these celebrities, like Ali said, if you knew. You knew that. Now they're all trying to claim, well, we didn't really know. They looked older, blah, blah, blah. They did know. They did know.
I don't think everyone knew.
I don't.
Hang on. Just everyone,
that is really.
Just 1 second, Magic. Right. I'm just going to nip this in the bud now. And then as soon as I finish talking, I'm playing this video.
Okay.
Right?
No, because what Paula is saying is interesting. But I just want to tell you, Paula, please don't, when you talk, are you talking about knowing or essaying? Because when you say they know, and then but he essay, for me it's confusing. There's a difference.
Yes.
She said he did. She said he did.
I've got our telegram.
Thank you.
So she said he did. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what she said. And Jaguar Wright also talked about it, about him and her.
Okay.
So now everybody who was involved, they're we didn't know. Oh no, we went at some of the freak offs and stuff. These people are stupid, because if Diddy was recording everything, all these recordings are gonna come out, and I sure as hell hope they do.
Yeah, they need to, because there's a lot of allegedlys and accusations thrown around on these people. And if it's true, then, they need to be accountable for it. But if it's false, then what? Because I just heard him say that he leaves the party. He said, being there too late, you don't know what's going to happen.
No, that's what he's saying now. That's what he's saying now. That's what they're all saying now. You know, Leticia, that's what they're all saying
there's
now.
truth to some of it. I just believe there's truth to some of it. I just believe that. I believe some of it may be a little, misconstrued, because I just, if he says he left, and she's saying something different. So who do you believe?
I believe Ali.
And see,
there's no doubt in my mind. I believe Ali.
I don't believe
I
everything.
believe Ali. I absolutely believe Ali. There's not even a question in my mind. I believe Ali. I absolutely believe Ali.
In my mind,
because I don't think that she, when you're being essayed,
I got 10 more seconds.
When you're being essayed, there's not something that you maybe kind of thought about it. You are or you're not, and you know who's doing it. Period. That's all I'm going to say.
Most heart-wrenching declarations Ali has given us thus far, in my opinion. She shares more of her story and how tired she is of running since submitting her affidavit of truth back in April of 2024 regarding a situation she allegedly witnessed and was a victim of at a Playboy Mansion party back in 2009, which involved Diddy and 3 associates. She is alleged to have faced threats to her life and livelihood since. She explains how much she's done and said so far in an effort to bring the attention back to the children. So many folks get lost in the details when we have more than enough information to see the bigger picture. We hear you. We see you. We are here, Ali. I want to acknowledge the outpouring of love and support for her in the comments. Let's keep sending that energy and make it bigger.
Yes.
We are here. We are here. We are
Share
here.
this video
Whether
to
she's
a
able
friend.
to keep up and see everything or not, it's the thought that counts. All that positive energy and kindness is empowering, and every drop in the ocean of influence counts.
Yes.
Having the knowing and trying to shine the light on the alleged darkness and evil in the world is absolutely exhausting, let alone having to recycle one's trauma to do so. Ali's bravery is commendable, and she deserves all the love and support she can get. I must once again mention that I can't confirm whether everything Ali says or has alleged is 100% fact, and much of it will need to be sorted out in the court of law. So please do your own research and draw your own conclusions. Regardless of whether you choose to believe or not, the overall message she's sending is important.
Before she begins, I just want to point this out and I'm hoping she says it again. This is what I'm listening for. She said, Child Protective Services is the main ones. Child Protective Services is the main people who are making these children disappear and doing things behind closed doors. That's what she said. Y'all go check out the video. We did this is the second video. This is part 2 of her video that's on our channel. So here we go. Poor thing.
Today's been a lot.
She's struggling with all kinds of
I'm so happy there's so many of you around the world. That's huge to have.
All kinds of different things, man.
Can I ask you guys something?
Yes.
Have you ever can you screen record this, by the way? I just want to talk to you for a second, and then Telegram is going to start going. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm so tired. I think I'm going to legit climb into the back of this car or something and lay down for a minute. I'm just tired. Not like so much tired physically, but just tired. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the lies.
Me too. I'm tired of
secrets. I'm tired of being a secret. I'm tired of keeping secrets.
I'm tired of holding my tongue.
I don't think you guys understand. Sometimes you guys don't understand. It's a lot on a person. And I know that a lot of you don't understand that. If you've never been through something traumatic, you think, you know what? Let's just spit it out. Let's just do it. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Can't get any worse. It can. It can. But we are not. There will be no car accidents. There will be no accidental fires. There will be no overdoses. There will be no accidental accidents. We're tired, but in a different way. And I think Yeah, reliving everything is exhausting. It feels like we're back again. So that's really tiring. In more ways than one. I don't want my enemies to think just because I'm crying there's something wrong. I don't want you to think that. I want you to know I'm tired of your shit. A lot. Everything is soul-sucking and exhausting in a way that a lot of people don't understand. Have you ever had a narcissist in your life? In a way that no matter what they do, they can never be wrong. You know what I'm saying? If something happened to you and it happened from a narcissist, it's never their fault.
Never.
They will never take accountability. They will never take responsibility. Their ego will never let them know that they did something wrong. They will never be able to admit to their own doing. Even if you said, hey, my part in this and what I did wrong is this. But you tore me up in a way that I can't explain. You know those people in your life? I know a lot of people have one where if they did something to you and you say something later, it's still your fault. It's still never going to be their responsibility. They will never admit to the things that they're wrong. They will never take a responsibility. They will never say, I did this and yes, this is my part. No, it's yours. Narcissist. Not just narcissist, but egotistical, selfish people that a lot of the times have been hurt themselves. But because they were so hurt, they could never admit to something that's wrong. Do you have a family member like that? Those family members that nothing that they did, even if you took years to say something about it, nothing they did could ever be wrong. It's your fault. If you came out of it, it helped build your character. There's nothing wrong. You said my mom, my mother definitely understand. Yes, unfortunately, a lot of you understand that, right? Whether it's a baby daddy, whether it's a family member, whether it's a family member that did you dirty, whether it's a mother, a father, they could never admit to that. No, it's your fault. And if you start to tell them what they did wrong, they will always point it back to you. Because now you can't be telling on them. You can't say anything about them. It's the same thing with the Diddy parties. Let's take it back to the elite for a second. I'm talking about the grunts. So let's take it back to the elite for a second, when they'll never say what they did wrong. They're going to point the finger. Well, they did this. They did that. I left at 1 a.m. I didn't do this. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't say anything. Years later, usually if the person walks away with some type of sanity or some type of intelligence, you wonder why they continue the abuse when they get older. You wonder why the chain continues of the verbal abusive, the never amounting to anything, being told that you're not worth anything, being told that you'll never, ever, ever do anything except for be a number or a statistic to society. Have you ever had that person in your life before that's a narcissist? It's not even a narcissist. I know a lot of people have dealt with this, a family member in your life that did something to you. And then when you start speaking about it, no, it couldn't have happened. It wasn't that bad. It's not their fault. It's your fault. It's not ever the person that did it and the person that was in authority. Let's talk about the person in power, the adults. It's never, ever their fault. I don't expect them to take responsibility. I don't expect them to admit to their wrongs. If anything, I expect them to lie and point the finger. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, you know what I'm talking about because somebody has had that life where you've had to walk away from everything that you know and start over. And then the second that you start over, you gain some type of peace or happiness, then you're the one with the problem. You're acting crazy. You're out of character. You're not like them. What happened to you? Because you're not continuing the chain. You always feel guilty for the rest of your life because you're like, maybe, yeah, everything that they said to me, I wasn't worth anything. I wouldn't amount to anything. I will never be anything.
Don't believe
Everything is always going to be my fault. Everything is always going to be hell. You start to believe it because so many times it's been burned into you that that's what they want you to believe. So you never do anything else besides that. At one point, you start to dig into what they say because then you're like, fuck it. If I can't beat them, join them. You know, there's those people who are like those generational curses that will not quit. I can't do anything about them. I can't break them. So therefore, I'm just going to jump on in the bandwagon because that's the only way I'm accepted. That's the only way I'm loved. That's the only way I can sit at a family table. That's the only way that we can have a clear conversation without them attacking me. That's the only way that I'm not going to be the black sheep. That's the only way that people are going to love and accept me. Even if that's not the real me, they're going to love and accept me because that's who they want me to be. If you start to tell on them, if you start to say what they did, whether it's a baby daddy or a baby mama or somebody in your life, whether it's extended family or your family, there's always somebody in somebody's life that tries to bring them down, that tries to belittle them, that tries to bring them to their level. And when they don't stoop to that level, it's their fault. If you try to find somebody else that loves you and that cares about you, then it's that person's fault that took the second to do what somebody else didn't do, what you were missing, what you wanted and what you needed all along, what was normal. And then when that person starts to love you and when that person starts to care about you, no matter what, when that person is overwhelmed with worry because that's the only thing that they can do to make sure that, hey, you may not have the things that you need. Are you warm at night? Did you eat today? Did you sleep last night? Those overwhelmed with worries, those are normal worries. But you may not be used to those worries. So you start to lash at them. You put these walls up that hurts the people that actually loves you because you're still dealing with the people that hurt you. Do you know what I'm saying? The people that are trying to love you keep getting hurt for what somebody else did in the past. They are trying to love you. They are trying to take the time. They are patient and they care and they're honest, but they can't do that because you won't allow them. Because all your life it's been burned in that you're not enough. All your life it's been burned in that you can't amount to anything and that you can't be loved. So when somebody tries to love you, you give them hell. Yeah. You give them hell and you everything that person did to you is now their fault. You could be having the absolute best day of your life. And 1 minute it comes across that, whoa, I'm having fun. And then you're like, whoa, shit. Am I allowed to have fun? Like, can I have fun? And then you start beating up on the person that you're having fun with because you're like, wait a minute, I can't have fun. I don't know what this is. I don't know how this is, so I want to stop. I want to be done. I don't know how this works. I don't know how to have fun normally. I don't know how to be at peace. So therefore, this is your fault. And you got to stop this. And they're looking at you like, why? This is supposed to be normal. This is what I thought you wanted. This is what I thought you needed. But you can't do it because you're so hooked on what somebody else did. And so you're already expecting that hurt and that pain and that trauma So already you jump ahead of the situation and you're already traumatizing and hurting and punishing them because you feel like they're about to punish you. You know those relationships that some people have where you start to hurt the person because you think that they're going to hurt you? You think they're going to break up with you? You think they're going to do you dirty? So everything that they do, you start taking your anger out on them. They don't deserve your anger, but you do it anyway. It's a trauma.
All right, just to sort of pause it there and get everyone's sort of initial reaction. I will say as well, we're 15 minutes into an hour and 15 of this. We will pick up where we leave off if we have to tomorrow with this, because I'd rather go through it in chunks and really go through it all than sort of speed watch through it and it just being us meta watching another guy meta watching a video. Let me just jump over to you, Madge. You're up at the top. How's that made? Like, what's your reaction to that?
I think Ali is a really wise person.
Okay.
She really understands a lot about how her trauma, where it came from, who hurt her. Like when she talks about the family member and have you ever had a family member, you can feel that she has really analyzed her relationship with her own mother and what her mother did to her, because the first person who committed a sin towards her was her mother. She's the one who sold her to those people since the beginning. So I could feel that she really took the time to understand her own psyche. And that's what I feel when I look at her. Hello. But I'm so sorry. That was my husband. I had to say hello, right?
My wifey.
That's it. That's it. It's official, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
He's cute.
So yeah. So yeah. For me, I think that she's an extremely aware and smart person. I think it's extremely clear that she has been through a lot. I know that I don't know. I know that it's hard. I don't know if I believe that she's Tupac kid. I don't know. I don't know if because of the drug there is like some recollection. I don't know. But what I know is that at least 95% of what is like of what she said is even 97% is true.
Okay. All right. Same question to you, Lady Letitia. How's the watching that first segment?
I think her story is going to help a lot of people with, that can't come out and speak on their trauma and what they've been through. I'm with Maggie. She's very intelligent. She can articulate, she broke down what a narcissist is, and she was dead on the money. Like they'll blame and won't take responsibility for any of their actions. Megan's one of them. But I think she has a story to tell, and I think that people are listening, and hopefully she finds healing in all of this as well.
Yeah, I agree. She certainly needs to try and find peace, but peace won't come until justice comes or retribution comes. For this level, I mean, I can't even imagine she sees, even if Diddy got sent away for 10,000 years, she knows that this isn't really a win. It's a media campaign, marketing ploy to make us all feel better about Hollywood for the next 10 years until the next lamb is metaphorically sent to the slaughter. Paula, obviously, a lot of this is hard for everyone to watch, but you get hit hard with it a lot. And if you're able to just take us through your feelings of that first section. And you're muted.
Can you tell me what part of anything that she said is not true? Because everything she's talking about, and you can tell she's talking from personal experience. In regards to Tupac, there is a picture, and I sent it to you, Maggie. she's trying to find out whether she is or not. She says that this is what she was told, that she's gone to the hospital. She even did a video about it when she went back to the hospital trying to find out, because one of that isn't it insane? She doesn't have any pictures of her as a baby or anything. She doesn't know what she looked like as a child, and the only picture she has is the one.
Does anyone know what her blood group is? Sorry to interrupt you. Side chat. There's a side quest for you. Does anyone know Ali Carter's blood group? Carry on, Paul.
Her blood type?
Her blood type, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, can you imagine not knowing what you looked like as a child? And the only picture she has is the one with her and Tupac and some other lady that was there. Mm-hmm. And she's going by what she's heard, because again, she doesn't know anything. She's not saying, oh my God, I'm Tupac's daughter. She said, I've been told that I'm Tupac's daughter. I went back because
Shut up.
What?
We need to get that confirmed.
What?
I need to get that confirmed.
Blood type. Blood type. Continue, Paula.
So this is not something that she made up. This is something that was told to her from a woman who doesn't know her roots. Mm-hmm. And then she tries to find out. She goes to the hospital. In the hospital, they're shocked to see her, and they don't have any records, or the records that they have. It's just something, that she's trying to find out, just like that girl from Madeleine McCann. She's trying to find out. Mm-hmm. And this is what people choose to remember her for, not for the fact that all the abuse and and everything that she says she's gone through. And to me, it's incredible. It's incredible that we talk about Tupac when we mix Tupac and her alleged abuse, or her abuse, her testimony of abuse. I don't know. I guess people are trying to find something that is not kosher, to say the entire thing is not kosher either. But to me, I've watched pretty much every video she's done, even the latest one.
Just to say, I will be able to answer you after you finish. But yeah.
So for me, she's been saying, I've been told. This is what I was told. Because she doesn't know. She doesn't know. Her mother was absolutely horrible.
Listen,
she doesn't know who her father is.
Before you jump in, Maggie, Julia is blood type O. Another 3 individuals who've come forward from child trafficking in a group I'm in right now are all blood type O.
That's pretty normal. Very, very popular blood type, though, right?
Is it?
Okay, it's a very popular.
Who's Julia?
Julia
That's the universal blood type. That's the universal blood type. If you want to donate blood and they don't know your blood type, you can donate O. They put blood type O. That's the universal type blood type.
Yeah, well, so if you go and get your blood tested, they're going to tell you that your blood type's O. So that's what blood type you are then, right? No?
Yeah, you are O, or O positive, O negative,
yeah,
A positive, AB negative, AB positive. I mean, there's a few combinations.
Yeah, there's a few combinations. I get that, right?
The rarest one is AB negative.
For me, so what you're saying is we are all likely to be O blood types on this panel. Is that what you're saying?
There's a large, for example, when you go to hospital.
I'm not O.
I'm O.
You're O, Letitia?
I'm O positive.
So 50% out of the 4 people here, the same maths that I'm using with the group I'm in right now, there's more than 4 people in that group who are all O, right? Now,
yeah. And O positive and O negative is really different. So
yeah. So I wonder what any of that means. Maybe nothing. But it's fascinating when you get a consistent repeating piece of data in anything like this. And what does that mean? Especially when the attitude is, oh, it's the most common type, which says to me, if there is something by design here, it's the one that's going to be quickly written off as something not to consider. So what does that mean? I wonder if it has anything to do with your society. I wonder if we took 1,000 people and got them to do one of those like the holiday hypnosis shows where all the people are asked in the crowd to look at this, and then the people who feel something get up on stage, and the guy tries to hypnotize you, and some people it works and it doesn't. I wonder how many of those, when you whittle down, that can go into the deepest form of hypnosis are all O negative, are all O. I wonder if there's something with our blood that we, as mere slaves, peasants to this these elitists, that make you more susceptible, programmable, whatever. I don't know what it means, but I need to mention it in case something else pops up and you can all go, hey, Ron, remember when you said this? And we can talk about it again, because that is odd.
Or maybe something to do with the word that we cannot say that starts with a A.
Yeah, could be. Definitely don't say that word, and definitely don't type that word. In fact, let's move on from that, but that's a really good point. Yeah, right. Okay, listen, let's jump back. Let's jump back into this video. We're at 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Ron, can I just answer? It's going to be like 1 second with Paula. I just want to answer what she said. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So, Paula, I don't know if you're talking about the video and what we just saw, if I believe everything that she said in that video. Is that what you're asking me? Because I believe that, because you said, how can you not believe her while listening to that?
I wasn't talking about you. It was a general question. This is what I asked in the chat when she was talking. I asked to the chat, how can you not believe what she says? But I asked to the chat about 15, 20 minutes ago, when she was talking about her pain and how everything is, and like how narcissistic parents are, because she's talking from experience. I wasn't saying, you don't believe her, nor Leticia, nor Ron. It was just a general question.
Okay, well, I felt like it was directed.
No, not at all. No.
You can question it. You can question it, Maggie. Question, understand? Like, question what Ali is saying. You can still question it,
Christian, we're not an echo chamber here.
I didn't say that you can't. I'm saying that for me, in my head, the way she speaks, because I've seen people lying about it, and you too, Ron. But when you hear her speak, this is not a person that has to look up and try to remember what was done to her. This is a person who clearly is living with this on a daily basis. This is a person you can see that she can speak with ease about it, because, and she's very consistent on everything she said.
I just want to say as well, in case the Illuminati are watching, all of that stuff I said about the blood type was Maggie's idea. It had nothing to do with me. She's the one spearheading the blood type O narrative. So if you're going after anyone, it's not me. I'm just kidding. It was me. It was all me. Come for me. I'm not scared of any of you. All right, I got crossbows and that. I'll go medieval on your asses. I'll do it. So like and share. We've reached that point where at no point has there been a segue. So make sure you like and share, right? Because that's, if you don't listen, just like and share. I'm too tired. Do you know what I mean? It's at 4. I have been up since 7 o'clock. It's now 4 o'clock, and I'm not going to finish live streaming until 2 o'clock in the morning, and I start again at 7. Okay.
You're going
to
contact Megan Small to do the live.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. As soon as I'm off the live, I'll be able to confirm something.
Let me know if you need any help, Rod. If you need our presence.
Oh yeah, so you can all come and talk over me for another 5 hours. Brilliant, brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to clarify something. I know people have. We live in a world where, of course, thankfully we can all agree to disagree. You can believe or choose not to believe. To me, because I lived not what she lived through. God, I'm also thankful for that. But I lived through situations that are similar, that nobody believed you, because the things I was saying were so out of their realm. Why would that happen? Really, that it was like, I felt like I was insane, and people will try to pick on things about me, and then when they were proven right, nobody came back.
Sorry, my bad. Carry on.
Nobody came back and said, you know what, Paula was right.
Shouldn't it be? Shouldn't it be okay to question it?
Yeah. Of course. But when you have a person telling you
that she said, like, I don't believe 100%. I believe some of it. I believe she went through trauma. I believe that she lived a very was battered and went through a lot of trauma. But some of it, I question.
And you listen, and that's your
prerogative.
It's not even prerogative.
I don't question it for one very simple reason.
Listen. It's okay All right. I know every time someone says that they disagree, you need to go on a 12-minute defending.
No, I'm
Ali.
not. I'm not gonna go on a 12-minute rant, Ron.
Listen,
Just
it's
let me
okay.
say
Thank you,
something.
Shane. Thank you,
Okay.
Shane. I love you. It's perfect.
Paula, it's okay. We know.
I just want to say
I
something
believe
very
her.
quickly, which is important for victims to hear. It's very quick.
Okay, that's fine.
You can disagree. That's fine. You can choose not to believe. That's absolutely fine.
I'm
But
not
you have
saying
to
she's
remember
not
that
victim.
even if she doesn't, even if what she says might not be 100%, don't forget that she was drugged. She was in a
Yes.
high stress situation and stuff like that. So it's not that she's lying. It's just that there's certain her
Exactly.
circumstances are absolutely that. But it doesn't make, I will never question her circumstances or her testimony. For me, that's just what I say, because I take everything into consideration of what she
Yes.
was going through. That's all.
Okay, we good?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody okay? Everybody okay? Yeah? Sure?
Yes, sir.
Side chat. Side chat. One's in the side chat. Side chat's okay. Let us know side chat if you're okay.
Love
Maggie, you okay?
Side chat.
Okay. So listen, it's okay. We can all have an open discussion. All right? No one needs to get upset.
Yeah,
We still love each other.
We
No, this is
do.
something
We're
interesting that somebody
family.
in the side chat is saying, Ron. She did say that you develop multiple personalities when you trying to cope with this trauma. I mean, she's being very, very honest about it, because she says and this is something that's being very well documented. So she's very honest about it. She says, you know what? I would check out, and I developed other personalities because I didn't want to be conscious for what was happening to me. So she does make room for the possibility that I don't even want to know what she checked out for, to tell you the truth. So she's very candid about that too. So this is not a person who's saying, oh, this and that, and no, she tells you, people like me, we do develop, and you know that, Ron, too.
Yeah. Are you okay though? Because I asked you if you were okay in a minute ago, and you said you were done. And it seemed to be continuing.
Shut up.
Okay? Are you okay? Everybody okay? Side chat, you okay? Everybody okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, let's continue on with. It's a tough watch. I'm not going to lie.
It is.
Right, who's going to be down in the tinsel this time? Letitia, you can go in the tinsel. Maggie's been in the tinsel all day. She can spend some time down in the bush, and we've cut off the top of Paula's head, but that's fine. All right. Paula's like, as long as you can still see my mouth moving, that's the important part. Everyone just needs to see me talking. Okay. Wikipedia
Here
talking.
I am.
Yeah, there you are. You got this right. Here we go. Also, just again, trigger warning. All right. Trigger warning. Also, give the stream a share, but also trigger warning.
Where you start to hurt the person because you think that they're going to hurt you. You think they're going to break up with you. You think they're going to do you dirty. So everything that they do, you start taking your anger out on them. They don't deserve your anger, but you do it anyway. It's a trauma response. Do you know that? Self-sabotage, yes. Because you're like, it's got to go wrong. I can't have a good day. There's no way. So now I got to hurry up and get and start this fight. I got to hurry up and start this problem because I know that there's got to be one coming. And their egotistical, selfish ways will never, ever show you that it's them. Their egotistical, selfish, never responsible, never accountable ways will make you rethink everything and anything, all the things that you do. Until they're gone, and then you're like, they're the ones that love me. I was just so busy wrapped up on who hurt me.
Thank you, Kate. I'm just saying thank you, Kate. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you. I will check that. Thank you very much.
That's why I don't date. It's a big reason why I don't date. This is not a marriage ring. This is a purity ring. It's a purity band. And on it, what is this verse? Love is patient. Love is kind. What is this verse? I know this verse.
17:13, I think.
Corinthians. Yeah. I'm not married. It's a ring that's engraved with love is patient, love is kind. It's the verse my mom would tell me all the time when I was being, and I would come back and visit her with bruises, and she'd be like, love is not jealous. Love doesn't put you in pain.
That's a shame. How dare you use the Bible?
I wear this purity ring because I want to start over. I haven't had this in years, but I just want to start over. My mom, and I think a lot of people, I think a lot of survivors, they think after so many times of being brutalized and you feel disgusting and you feel like you could never be anything of what those girls get that are like, I just talked to my boyfriend for the first time and we kissed and we held hands.
I'm just letting everyone know that Paula's internet has just went down. So just in case anyone wonder where Paula is, because I know sometimes she ducks out if things get a bit too much on stream, but it's just definitely not her government trying to suppress her. Big shout out to the Nicaraguan government. Nothing suspicious about you guys. You're awesome. Big shout out Nicaraguan government. Definitely nothing suspicious there at all.
And I'm so excited about where it's going. I'll never get that. I'll never get that feeling of like, no. 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 And a lot of you know, if you've been through a lot, you'll never get that. Oh, that lovey. No. You pass over that. Right? Maybe some survivors need to know that you're not done. You're not, because somebody did what they did, it's not over for you. You're not just like disgusting and untouchable and it's all your fault. That's a lie. I started a purity ring thing because I was like, maybe I could start over. Love waits. Love actually does. And so, you know, when you think about it and you're like, oh, well, he'll love me. He cares about me. They care about me. She cares about me. And then you start over and you're like, oh, wait. No. That's my thing. Okay. I don't ever plan to be in a relationship and I don't.
Marie, can you expand on that and pretend you're talking to a 6-year-old and just explain further on your comment for me? Because I think that is massive, but I'm too stupid to get the point of it. But I know there's a point there. So if you could explain it again as if you're talking to a 6-year-old for me, that would be great. And I'm not, and I, that's because you are literally dealing with me. So I apologize that I'm not smart enough to get it.
Don't think that I could, because I feel like a lot of my trauma will start to like beat on the person that I'm trying to love, and that's not fair. So I don't think that'll work. So I want to talk about my mom for a second.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
My mom is the mom, the woman that stepped in, and it wasn't I wasn't given to her by God. She chose me. Okay. She chose me, and she chose me through commitment. She chose me through hardships. She chose me through overwhelming times, through tears of strength that she didn't have, through sleepless nights. She chose me. Now, the woman that was supposed to be in my life, she chose to do everything to hurt me. My real mother, my real mom, my mom that people would kill for, my mom that people would beg for, my mom that people would just like, I just need somebody to give a shit. I just need somebody to confirm that they care and that they'll fight. I need somebody who doesn't necessarily need to be obligated to do something, but does something because it's the right thing to do. That's my mom. This one right here.
Hey, Mom.
That one.
Most definitely.
Now, the people in my life before, Not one time did they check on me. Not one time if there was a predator that they knew about, they didn't check to see if I was okay. They didn't check to see if I was alive. They didn't want to know if I was okay. I was told by somebody whose initials are JR that as long as I had a vagina and a mouth, I would never, ever go hungry or lonely. I could do everything that I needed if I used it right. That's what I was told by a few people. But it started with the man with the initials JR. Okay. And I used to believe that. I really did. I saw nothing wrong until I was 13 or 14. I saw nothing wrong with everything that was going on until I got a little bit older. And I was like, you know what? Something's not right. About 13, 14 years old. And then I ended up in foster care. I'm telling you right now, we've put out so much evidence and so much information that it's sick. It's exhausting.
Wow.
Some people don't realize how exhausting it is to fight every being in your body and every piece of truth in your body, and everybody is going against you. It's exhausting. Can you stop asking me about my thoughts on so many other people, and can you just listen to me for a second? Can you do that? Everybody's so wrapped up in this person, and what about that person, and this person, what about that person? Do you realize that a lot of those people are hurting too? But do you realize I'm trying to talk to you right now and you're missing something?
Whoa.
You've missed a lot. I've given a lot of information. I've put out so much information, from CPS documents, elite affidavits, police reports, court orders, hospital reports. So much. And it's still not enough. Right now, there's threats and everything that's going on because we continue to put out information. And remember when I told you we don't talk about Diddy? We don't talk about a lot of the outlaws either. We don't talk about where I come from either. And you want to know why? It's because a lot of those people are still alive and they're still calling shots. They're still going to point the finger to somebody else. They're still going to say somebody else did it. And you want to know why? It's the same way with the elite parties. Well, I was only there until 1 o'clock in the morning. I left and I didn't do anything. You knew there was kids there. You knew what was going on. Yet you decided to wait years later, 17 years later, and then decided to say something when the heat was on you because you couldn't take the heat.
Wow.
You don't want to take responsibility for what you did. You don't want to take accountability for what you did, but you do want to blame somebody else for what was done. I know that narcissists and people with their so full of their ego will not take responsibility for what they did wrong to me and to a lot of other people. I realize that. That's why I always say there's no justice for me. I keep throwing out information. I keep saying that we'll keep speaking to our dying breath. I'm not kidding about that. I will continue doing that. I will continue speaking to our dying breath. Somebody threatened me and said that last breath is coming soon. Okay. If I died today, if something happened to my mom today, at least I know I'll go to heaven with every bit of truth in my body.
You know, I just want to say this quickly. I'm currently interviewing a survivor of multiple decades of elite Hollywood level celebrity human transportation. They have never told the story the way they're going to be telling it to me, and they're naming all names, and they go through politicians, celebrities, and it's so important for these monsters, right, to put a level of fear in you. Now, when I tell you this, when we're talking about the level of transported human being who is part of the hunt, okay, who's part of the child hunt, all right, there's parts of what I'm going to tell you that even the most hardened conspirafact journalist, right, is going to find hard to process. Individuals like Ali Carter, individuals like these children involved in the hunt that you're going to hear the testimony from, they have the fear that they have to live with, and it's called a kill switch. All right. So we all have heard about MK Ultra. We've all heard about, oh, I got a phone call and someone said red parsnips 4 times, and then I went out and I, end gamed a politician. Don't know why, and I woke up after it and didn't remember anything. We all know the MK Ultra, the Monarch, all of this mind programming. The kill switch is when you receive a phone call and they just say something and then you unalive yourself. So now sort of tell yourself why a lot of these people are scared of going public and going and doing interviews. The individual who I've spoken to, one of her friends who she met up with from years and years of being a survivor, her story ended with her being taken out by a kill switch. The individual whose
Liam
testimony...
Payne has something to do with that?
Say that again?
Liam Payne.
Don't know, but that's a side quest that in about 2 days I'll circle back to that with absolutely no warning, and I'll be like, "Poh," and we'll get something there. But it could be. But the fact of the matter is, this is something that unless you hear it from someone who is been through it, it sounds like the next level of conspiracy for even the most hardened conspirafact person to process.
You're right.
But when we talk about programming, and we're all sitting here talking about DID is the most important tool to these monsters. They have to leave you fragmented and discreditable. They have to. It's by design. And when we move into the realm of kill switches and things like this, you have to admit, if you're going to sit here and talk about MK Ultra, mind control and programming, DID, the reprogramming of the human brain, we have to leave room for the possibility of a kill switch, right? 1 in the side chat if you believe me, 2 in the side chat if I'm freaking losing it.
No, I believe you. That was good, Ron.
Yeah. Trust me, I'll have forgotten exactly what I said in about 4 minutes time. So we've got limited time for my brain to keep in this brain what I just said.
Thank God you are on live. You can always come back.
Yeah, well, this is it. Well, listen, we're 26 minutes exactly into this. And for my brain, that seems like a godsend of a time to remember. Do you know what I'm saying? Which will be Madge's job. Okay, Madge, your job. We're at 26 minutes for tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, all good.
Right. And I would keep this going today. We've also, as well, I said to you guys all I wanted for Christmas this year, if you guys could help me try and get to 2,000 YouTube daily viewers, and you did it in a day. So big shout out to the side chat. We have been, I think, 22 to 2,300 at the peak, but we're averaging 2150 on YouTube. I can't tell you how much that means to me and our little show here, right? Like we have gone, we've gone
so much.
We have gone through multiple formats. We have gone through a whole journey because I wanted a daily show. I wanted a daytime show, and all of my panel members are stuck with me through all of the freaking mad. It's Royals this, it's Royals that, it's now this, it's now that. And Shane sent me something about a side chat. Hang on a second.
He meant
oh, okay. Super chat. Don't forget to play it. What? New chair. What are you talking about, bro? I've missed something.
Shane made a donation to you and your new chair. $4.99.
Yeah. No, he's trying to hype up like a GoFundMe or something like that.
Or a chair.
Exactly.
Listen. I appreciate everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna
Ron,
donate
Ron, no, listen, let me finish. I would rather go through the pain that my buttocks go through until the new year when I can get a new chair in the sale. I am going to be launching a campaign with a community member called Lisa, who fosters tiny dogs and has a charity in America. And I want you all buying dog food. That if you want to do something nice for Ron this year, dog food. I'm going to put the link up very, very soon. We've got a couple of very famous internet dog creators that we're going to do a big show and do a big thing. And there'll be a page on my website that'll have Lisa's whole thing. She's been waiting patiently for about 5 months for me to get this organized.
I remember you talking about it.
And now is the time because we've got the viewership, and it's one of those things that we all, if you're a doggo person, you will love this. And she's fantastic. She really is an incredible, incredible woman. But we'll get Ron a chair. Ron's going to go and change the pillow on this chair. He's going to go and get 2 nice big cushions.
A pillow.
Because currently, all I can feel every day is my coccyx slowly making a break through my body. That's not really that bad, right? It's not really that bad. All right, if it was that bad, I'd get a new chair.
Why that end image? No.
Well, listen, someone's bringing up a chair. I'm making you all go through my pain. All right, I'm sorry. This is like if I'm going through this complete because I'm not being funny, right? I cannot feel either of my butt cheeks right now. They're gone, right? So if I got into a home security combat situation, like if right now, like the Libyans in Back to the Future came in their van and stormed my house, I'm donezo. Yes. If I try and get up, I'm just going to like topple over too quickly because there's no blood in my buttocks. There's no blood in my thighs. My toes are having a great time. They're freaking. I don't know where they're getting their blood from. Okay.
They have those little cushions at Amazon that you can sit on.
Ironically, Leslie, a friend of mine years ago when I was complaining about my buttocks being numb, he was like, "Oh, my gran has got a spare like government issued ass pillow for if you're like an elderly person and your ass gets sore." That's what I'm currently sitting on. Okay, so we need industrial, whatever it is that a rhino is padded with when it's transported from a zoo, so that when it knocks from side to side, it's totally fine. That's what my buttocks need. We need to go next level with this, not for human purposes. Okay, what is it they make those rubber like cow shoes from? Like
how long have you had a problem with your bottom?
Yes, how long has this been going on?
Listen, the buttocks aren't the boss of me. I'm the boss of them. All right. So
no, they are the boss of you because you have a foam thing on your bottom and it doesn't help.
So really, here's the next problem. So if it was a fully functional chair, a normal chair, the back would be like this. All right. And because the back is at an angle like this, because it's broken off and it's leaning against the wall, the foam pad and where my butts are probably 4 inches behind where it should be, right? So I'm actually straddling my chair like you would be on a horse, right? Okay, like this. This is me right now, all right? Like proper, like my one leg is, you know the parts where you put your elbows? That's where my legs are. They're either side of it. Yeah, because if I sit with my legs forward,
we are doing a GoFundMe.
We need a chair ASAP.
The reason I don't have my feet forward normally.
Thank you, Aqua Girl. Thank you, Aqua Girl. Get a chair, Ron.
The reason that I can't sit on it normally with my legs forward is because the foam pillow is so big. My legs dangle off the end of the chair like a toddler, right? And I can't. Like I'm currently doing this with my legs under the table like a little kid. Right? So I got to straddle it like a horse. I gotta get sinking deep.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Please get a new chair.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a new chair. I found one. Listen. I need to. No, listen. You've got to understand. I have got no room here. If I want to get up, I need to spin the chair to the side and then stand up. So when I buy a new chair, I have got so many random measurements I need to take to make sure the chair will fit into this tiny space. And then I'm worried about if the back is actually fully up here, is my body going to get cut in half by the desk? So if that happens, we're going to build a new desk over there, right over here. Okay. So that my back, so I'm facing in that way, right?
Okay.
So that all the screens here, I'm facing this way, and then I've got some space to sort of zoom about, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Why was that not the first idea?
Well, because I didn't have any time or budget to get a custom desk. Like, do you know what I mean? And everything fits in here to the centimeter.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
So yeah, but we'll get there, man. We'll get there. You know, we've got content.
You're getting there.
Imagine I just phone up Sean and be like, all right, mate, I'm just taking the day off to build a desk. You know, rattle on with the content, mate. Jeebus. Poor guy. Those are the messages I get from Sean. He's like, I'm going away for 2 days to like talk at schools and that. Good luck. I'm like,
Can I make an announcement?
Yes, please.
Maggie, the Black Owl, will be on my show tomorrow at 1:00. So, guys, please come by and hang out with us. Central Standard Time.
Hell yeah. Well, make sure you guys
get stuff.
We're going to do a deep dive.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Ron.
Yeah, no, Ron's not going through a nesting phase. Ron is in a Harry Potter scenario. Okay, you know where Harry Potter lives.
Oh my God. I know what we're going to do. We're going to, if you come to our live tomorrow on the Latisha's channel, we're going to do a GoFundMe for Ron to have a new chair.
Yes. We're going to, whatever we collect, I'm giving it to you, Ron.
Brilliant. Okay. I appreciate it, ladies. I really, really do. God damn. So yeah, Harry Potter, you all know the story of Harry Potter, the fictional world of a boy who got so badly abused by his auntie and uncle, he had to invent a magical world for him to live in under the cupboard under the stairs to make his entire life copable. I know you think it's a happy story, but to me, Harry Potter is just the fantasy inside his head as he's trapped underneath the stairs trying to live through the horrors of his household. So now that I've ruined that for you guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you later. Beverly Roads, we're going to be joining all of you, the awakening. Make sure you come and join us. I'm going to find some. I don't know. Listen, don't worry, man. I can ruin anything for you. Ron has got a skill set higher than anyone for just ruining people's things, right? Like, for example, if you watch back Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and remove Indiana Jones from it, it has zero effect on the movie. Whole movie plays out exactly as it would.
Really?
Yep, 100%. So yeah, exactly. Yep. Oh my fucking God, never thought about it like that. Ruined. Yeah. Well, congratulations. There's no charge. I'm not charging you for ruining that for you. Free. All right. Free. All right. All right. Listen, I think we've had enough today.
I like your bow, Maggie.
Oh, listen, don't try and save the chat now. Don't try and end it too hard, Letitia. There's no pulling this back. All right, but listen, tomorrow on the Daily Show, we'll be continuing with this Ali Carter video. There was quite a lot of, long format chitty chat today, so we didn't get through it all, but we will get through it tomorrow. Live at 7. We're live at 9. At 9 o'clock, man, we have got Courtney's lawyer, right? Don't mess about. Just get to the, if you're here at 7 o'clock, right, from a show with Beverly, you do not have to leave the channel until about 1 or 2 in the morning, because we've got all the way through the night. And yeah, can't wait. Love you guys. Peace. See you in the next one.